What is the real death toll in Gaza? Counting deaths in any war zone is a grim and difficult task. Since the war began after Hamas's attack on Israel on October 7, 2023, Gaza's Ministry of Health has issued regular tallies. It says that nearly 54,000 Palestinians have been killed by the fighting. But new research suggests the true number is much higher. Tens of thousands of people may be missing from the official count. The health ministry's figures have been fiercely contested, in part because it's run by Hamas.
I have no confidence in the number that the Palestinians are using.
The Israeli army disputing these numbers, saying the numbers are exaggerated.
But in past wars, independent investigators found the ministry's figures to be broadly accurate after the fighting stopped. This war is different. The sheer scale and duration of the fighting is greater than those of past conflicts in Gaza. Many hospitals, a crucial source for death data, have been destroyed. And recent research suggests that the ministry's reported figure for this war is incorrect. It's probably too low. The new study was not based on the ministry's running death toll. Instead, it analyzed 3 detailed lists naming people killed by traumatic injuries, those caused by bombs and bullets. Each list contained names and usually ages and sexes. 2 came from the Ministry of Health, one via hospitals, the other from an online survey where the public could report fatalities. Independent investigators have confirmed that those on the ministry's 2 lists have almost certainly died. The third was compiled by the researchers themselves from social media obituaries. They examined the overlap between the lists. If a name that appeared on one list typically appeared on all 3, it would suggest the lists were relatively complete. But if many names were unique to each list, that would suggest each one counted only a share of the dead. The researchers found that the overlap was small. So small, in fact, they calculated the true number of deaths was perhaps 46% to 107% higher than the ministry's tally. That ratio may have changed, falling as systems caught up during the ceasefire, for example. But if you assume that the ratio has stayed the same since last June and apply it to the current tally, it would suggest the death toll isn't almost 54,000, but between 78,000 and 112,000. That's roughly 1 in 20 of the territory's pre-war population. This is an estimate and should be treated with caution. The lists used by the study aren't static. The health ministry is constantly updating its lists, and any errors in them at the time of the study would affect the estimate. Neither the ministry nor the researchers sought to distinguish civilians from combatants in their figures. If the group is hiding its combat losses, then Hamas fighters might be missing from the lists, pushing the death toll higher. And, critically, these lists are only of those reported as killed by traumatic injuries. They exclude deaths from disease, malnutrition, and lack of medical care. Those would push any death toll higher still. A definitive count of how many have died in Gaza will be difficult, even after the war ends. And that may still be a long way off.